Hi there, welcome to my channel Aqualuna73. This is not a reading. I'm just going to have a conversation with the people that watch my content, and I'm going to keep my hands busy while I do this because I was just busy with making some jewelry, and I was like putting some varnish and paint on the jewelry, so I'm cleaning my fingers now. Okay, I'll see ya, it's full of paint. So there was, sometimes when I'm busy, I have the tendency to have a lot of stuff that go through my head, thoughts and stuff like that. Okay? I think it's my way of also work meditation, busy with your hands, and sometimes these thoughts, you concentrate on one specific task, and then you all of a sudden have this specific thought that pops up into your head, and you think, okay, this is something that has been popping up like possibly since last year, just before Christmas. Yeah, last year before Christmas is a book I read, okay, which also made me think a lot about this because I can totally identify with the characters in the book, etc. But anyway, I don't want to talk about the book. The book is basically, it's about the Second World War, and it is, I think it's very important for us as human beings to be very responsible regarding things, especially when uh, if we want to make informed decisions about things, we have to be very careful the type of information that we absorb, as well as the type of information that you give to people. I'm very self-aware when it comes to stuff like this, very self-aware, and I don't want to, I don't want people to become addicted to tarot. I don't want people to uh, and let tarot dictate. Tarot is not there to dictate your life. Tarot is there to give you guidance. But I don't want to digress, okay? The topic I'm going to talk about today is slavery and hypocrisy. And I think I'm going to, hypocrisy and slavery. And I think I'm going to, this is a very deep topic. I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't even know if this video is going to still record, okay? Okay, so I read this book, and in this book, in the second, I was aware of this. Okay, everyone is aware that the Jews were in concentration camps, and they were treated like slaves. They were killed, and then there was also the Polish people and people of other countries that were taken to Germany. Okay, from Poland, all the countries that were invaded by Germany, the people were imprisoned, and they were taken to, sorry, I'm looking at the phone, my daughter sending me messages. They were taken to from Poland and neighboring countries to Germany to go work there on farms, okay, like slaves. So, and these were Caucasian people, okay, and this is a topic that I feel of is very sensitive. I live in South Africa, okay. We all know, and I'm sure there are people that are subscribers to my channel that are aware that I'm from South Africa. They're also aware of South Africa's history, that we have a history of colonization and apartheid and all that things, okay. So now some people will say, but where do you fit into all this? But because you don't look like other people. You don't look like the black people in South Africa. You look like Indian. This is usually what people tell me. You look Indian. You look, which is true. My kids do. Okay, my family and so on. But I am registered as mixed race. Okay, and I live in the Western Cape, where the most of the majority of the mixed race people live. I also come from a community and a background of slavery. Okay, as hard as this is to believe to some people, this is just how difficult it is for people to accept, especially black people. And I'm not a racist when I mention this, please, okay? Because this is something that a lot of people are scared to talk about, but Verita is going to be very blunt about this now. And if I'm going to make enemies, I'm sorry. This is not my intention to make deliberate enemies, okay? I just want people to not be biased about certain things. They have to have a broader perspective about things, because especially if you look at this Black Lives Matter thing, okay, it's almost like, and quote unquote, as if certain, okay, I'm not going to say all black people, certain black people want to claim slavery as something that is exclusive to black people, okay, and that is not the case. And you are going to hear it today from a person that's mixed race, okay, which means my ancestry goes way back. And I also have to inform you that yes, I'm mixed race, which means I have Indonesian, I have Malaysian blood in my veins. I have Hindu as well as Xhosa. Okay, so don't ask me where it came from. Okay, but I do know that there is if you are mixed race, there is some type of, in all of us for that matter, if you look back to your ancestral and you look back to your DNA and your ancestral lineage and etc. A lot of my family, okay, a lot of colored or mixed race people and black people in South Africa, there's always this division. Okay, it's almost like there is this unseen war, a racial war among mixed race people and black people in South Africa. And the mixed race people is also usually associated because there's a lot of Khoisan people, okay? So I have Khoisan blood also in my veins. And the reason for this is there was marriages and the races intermixed with each other, or intermingled, and they got married to each other. You have to understand that not everybody in my family has my type of hair. Okay, I have a brother, an elder brother. He has kink in his hair. So, uh, um, you have this is how, even in my family. Okay, I have a lot of men and females that have kink in their hair. I have cousins. Okay, so what's the big deal? Okay, I'm always asking myself, like if you're a mixed race person in South Africa, and you really understand where you're coming from and what your heritage is, and it's difficult for you to choose sides, okay? It's difficult for you, and this is why I cannot be a biased person and say, okay, I choose to be choosing the Khoisan people, I choose to Caucasian, I choose to go with Xhosa or Zulu people and their opinion and etc. Where do we fit in? Okay, where do my people fit in as mixed race people? It's sometimes it feels like we are used as pawns. Mixed race people in South Africa is used as pawns by politicians, because it's almost like we actually don't have an identity. Okay, we don't have an identity, and we are pulled in different directions because firstly, we are not full blown white people, we are not full blown Xhosa people, we are not full blown Hindu, full blown Khoisan, but it's okay to draw us in if you want our votes. It's okay to draw us in if you want our votes, or to get us on your political wagon. Okay, then it's okay. So at the end of the day, it's for whose benefit? And you're asking yourself, okay, what has this got to do with slavery? A lot. It has a lot to do with slavery, because at the end of the day, if you are going to be used by politicians just because of the fact that you have no identity, you don't know who you belong to, you're just a pawn. Okay, that makes you a slave. That just makes you a slave. And you cannot, we have to step away from the notion that we have can claim certain things for ourselves, like, for instance, quote unquote, black people claiming that only their people were enslaved. If you look from the, if you look into my history and where I'm coming from, it's not something that I like to wear and I tell everybody about it. Okay, it's not. I don't feel it's something that we have to dwell. It doesn't mean you cannot learn from the past, but it's not something like. I'm not saying there's something wrong wearing. Uh, 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 um, no, no. I'm not. I'm not going to go there. It's almost like this is what's coming through now. It's almost like this is what my spirit guys wants to tell you. It's like you're wearing suffering with pride. Okay. It's like you're wearing suffering with pride, and you cannot accept joy and 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 rid yourself from a type of a mentality. Okay. Slavery is something that's very and deeply entrenched in us as humans, and we use it to control people so that we can manipulate people and use them. And it's used in different forms. It's used in relationships, it's used in work dynamics, it's used on a global scale, it's used in war, it's used in colonization, it's used to take over countries, it's used in so many ways. So to just claim slavery for yourself and say, okay, Black Lives Matter, no, it does not. All lives matter. Even my dog's life matter. Her life also matters. And if you have this attitude, it's an entitlement attitude that you have. Okay, it's an entitlement. I can also claim this entitlement attitude because my ancestors were brought to South Africa against their will as slaves. There were Hindu people that were brought to South Africa under false circumstances, telling them that there's work here, and they were used as slaves on farms here in South Africa. So slavery is not exclusive to a certain group of people. Okay, it's not exclusive to Jewish people, it's not exclusive to black people, it's not even exclusive to me. It's everybody at some stage, okay, was exposed to slavery. They were exposed to hatred, they were exposed to oppression, violence, in whatever shape or form. We are not, we need to really step away from this notion that uh, 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 all of us, for that matter, we as human beings, we have become too entitled. Our egos have become very huge, and I'm sorry to say this, and I'm going to mention this now. In South Africa, quote unquote, and this is not a racist remark, the black people in South Africa and the government at the moment, they are doing exactly what the white or Caucasian government did in the past. But in this case, it's a reverse racism with the policies and the stuff that they're implementing. Okay, and it's affecting the economies, it's affecting the load shedding supply, it's affecting everything. Okay, and at the end of the day, the same things that the past government did, they are doing. They're just pocketing and lining their own pockets. And you cannot say it's a race thing anymore. It's not a race thing anymore. It's a human race thing. It's a human flaw thing. And we as South Africans need to start to realize this now. If you haven't realized this already, it's humans that are the problem. It's not your skin color. It's not your skin color that makes you exclusive to oppression. It's not your skin color that makes you exclusive to being a rich or a poor person, okay? This is like, I don't want to get mad about, but it's really getting annoying to talk to people and they, in a place that I grew up, there is this monument that they erected. I grew up in this place, I used to love it, and then I moved away, I moved back. But I don't stay in the place anymore directly, just close to the town, but not in the town. There was this monument they erected. It was erected by a former Zambian president back then, in commemoration for the people in the valley that were enslaved and worked on the farms in the valley that I grew up. It's still there. It's chains, okay, and there's also a plaque or brass with the names and whatever of the people that revealed it. And usually, sometimes in the area when me and my kids go for hikes, we walk past old buildings, ruins, okay, where the slave quarters were. And what I do is I usually go sit there. I just go sit there just to absorb, and 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 I want to be in the presence of the, I don't want to see the pain. I want to understand. Okay. And this is the things that they tell me. This is the things that they show me. Okay. And this is the things that bother me the most in the world. Is the fact that we humans have become so full of hypocrisy regarding so many things, and we are so blind to our own stupidity that it's just because we have become so bound to our ego and our entitlement, and we've become so greedy. Okay, in so many ways we've become greedy. I can go like really deep into this thing, but it's no use. Okay, it's like sometimes to me when I think about these things, my son always tells me, my son is someone he's a very, very, very deep young man. He feels and thinks things very deeply, more than most, and he's very wise. And I love having these types of conversations with him. And usually when I feel this way, I get very emotional about stuff like this because it affects me deeply. It's like I can feel the pain of people that are misunderstood. I can feel the pain of the stupidity, to be honest. I can feel it. I can feel the pain of the ignorance. I can feel the pain of people seeing the hypocrisy in the world, and they just shaking their head and they say, what the fuck? Are you so fucking deaf that you cannot see it? It's like plain as daylight. Everything around you, you are being controlled by other humans. You are being controlled by your fellow human. You are not being controlled by unforeseen forces. It's humans manipulating humans, and that's end of the story. You want to go look at supernatural things? Yes, energy is something that you cannot place into a visual and show a person, okay, this is energy in here, okay. It's something that's all over us. We're surrounded by it. Our thoughts, our expressions, what we talk, and it affects other individuals. And we really need to look and dig deeper into these things. It's like somebody that's, I read someone saying, I can't remember who it was. This individual said, this person doesn't believe in God. I don't know if this person believes in God. I can't remember. But this individual said, okay, this individual said that this people's thoughts or what they say, their words, cannot affect your actions. Because at the end of the day, you make the choice to react on whatever that individual is saying, which is true, okay? But it doesn't mean, and then that person also added, the only thing that this person can do to neutralize the situation if they did something wrong is to apologize. Yes, that person can apologize, but first of all, the apology, how is And this is where psychology comes in, and studying body language and studying human behavior. What does that person's tone of voice sound like? Is that person interested in you? Are they looking in your eyes when they're speaking to you? What are the expressions on their face? What is their body language? Can you see in their eyes? The other day I was talking to an individual. This person was asking me, how are your kids? And when I started talking to her about my kids and explaining what they're up to with their life, this person was disinterested, and I could see it in their face. And I stopped talking about them immediately. This put me off. I can read people very well. There are maybe people that can read me very well as well. Okay, but these are the things that we as human beings need to take note of. You can apologize to an individual, but you have already done the damage. That apology is not going to fix it, and you damage that individual. The damage is already done. It's done. It's like throwing a plate on the floor, it breaks. And now you want to glue it back together. The crack is still going to be there. How are you going to mend it and make it like it was before you did what you did? So please do not tell me that it's still not going. Yes, it depends on that person, but you contributed. You contributed with your shitty behavior and what you did. Don't tell me that apology is going to make everything okay. No, it's not. You fucked up. As simple as that. And now you did the damage. It's like this. Okay, it's like somebody, say for instance, like a rape victim. This person is raped. This person comes back with a child that's been molested, and this person apologizes. How the fuck do you fix that with an apology? Are you fucking out of your mind? Huh? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Really? You are going to allow that person to live with that damage for 20 years, and they have to sort out gunk that you are the one that caused it. People need to take responsibility for that shit, period. And for their own shit, period. Stop blaming other people for your shit, period. Grow up, period. And I'm finished, period. This is it. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.